Before the world tells you who you are, take a moment to remind yourself who you truly want to become. Before the doubts of the day try to overshadow your dreams, breathe life into your own soul. Every morning, before scrolling through your phone or dissolving into the noise of the world, choose the words you speak. The words you choose shape your reality, your mindset, your decisions, your future. What if I told you that these simple words could become the foundation for a stronger, more resilient version of yourself? What if you could harness the power of your own mind and the wisdom of Stoicism to create the life you genuinely desire? In a world where everything and everyone seems to pull you in different directions, it's easy to lose sight of who you are. But Stoicism teaches us that we have control over our reactions, control over how we interpret the world around us. And one of the most powerful tools we possess is the ability to shape our thoughts, beliefs, and words, starting the moment we wake up. If you are ready to reclaim their mornings, strengthen your mind, and begin living intentionally, this video is for you. But before we dive in, please subscribe to take a step toward developing mental strength and self-awareness to rise above the chaos. This is about creating space for growth, meaning, and understanding in your life. If you're ready to elevate yourself and your thinking, hit that subscribe button and let's embark on this journey together.
Life is full of uncertainty. There will always be circumstances, people, and events beyond your control. And here's the truth. It is when you try to control the uncontrollable that stress, anxiety, and frustration arise. Stoic wisdom is simple but profound. There are two categories in life: what is within your power and what is not. You cannot control what others think of you. You cannot control the weather, politics, or unexpected challenges that life brings. But you can control your thoughts, your reactions, and the effort you put forth. When you direct your energy where it has the most power, you begin to live with greater freedom and less stress. How much time and energy have you spent worrying about things that were never under your control? How many nights of sleep lost over what others think of you or over things that have already happened and cannot be changed? Your liberation comes with this recognition: I control what I can and release what I cannot. This freedom allows you to save the energy needed to invest it in what truly matters. Imagine if you stopped struggling against circumstances you cannot change and instead focused all your attention on growth, actions, and habits within your hands. This is where true strength is born. This is where you create your own resilience and peace. So, when faced with a challenge, ask yourself, is this within my control? If yes, act. If not, let it go. Anxiety changes nothing, but your actions, choices, and thoughts can change everything. I choose my thoughts wisely because my thoughts shape my life. Think about this. Everything you have in life begins with a thought. Every action, decision, and behavior is born in the mind. If you allow your thoughts to wander uncontrolled, they begin to dictate your life in ways you may not even want. Negative thoughts create negative actions. Doubts lead to inaction. But on the other hand, positive, disciplined, and focused thoughts create strength, clarity, and confidence. The Stoics reminded us that we suffer more in imagination than in reality. How many times have you tormented yourself with fears and worries about things that never even happened? This is all the power of your own thoughts working against you if left unchecked. But here's the key. You are not your thoughts. You are the observer, the one who decides which thoughts to accept and which to release. You have the power to choose wisely. The affirmation, "I choose my thoughts wisely," is a reminder that your mind is a garden. If you water weeds, weeds will grow. But if you consciously choose to plant seeds of strength, courage, and clarity, a garden that supports your life will grow. Every morning, ask yourself, which thoughts will I choose today? Will it be fear and doubt, or will it be determination, gratitude, and focus? It's not about ignoring reality. It's about directing your mind toward what supports you, not destroys you. When you recognize this power, you become the master of your inner life, and in this state, you also master your outer life. I am grateful for today because it is a gift that cannot be returned.
In the rush of daily life, we often take this moment for granted. We wake up, grab our phones, rush to work, think about tomorrow, or dwell on yesterday. But in the process, we forget. Today is a gift. How many people did not get the chance to see this day? How many souls departed hoping for another sunrise, another chance to feel the wind on their face or hear the laughter of a loved one? And you have it. Gratitude is not just a feeling, it is a power that changes your perspective on life. When you start the day with gratitude, even the simplest things, breathing, walking, seeing, and hearing, become sources of strength and joy. Stoicism teaches us to value the brevity of life. We do not own tomorrow, and yesterday is gone forever. All we have is today, and in it lies our power. The words, "I am grateful for today," remind you, stop chasing the future. Stop regretting the past. Focus on this moment. Feel its depth. Know that it is given to you for a reason. When you begin your day with gratitude, anxiety diminishes and inner peace grows. Gratitude makes you resilient to chaos and opens your eyes to the fact that you already have everything needed to be happy. Today is yours. Do not waste it. I am stronger than my challenges. I am stronger than my challenges because they exist to strengthen me, not break me. Life inevitably brings trials. There will be days when everything feels too heavy, when obstacles line up one after another, and your energy feels depleted. But in those moments, you must remember, challenges are not the end of the road. They are part of your growth. The Stoics taught us to face adversity not with self-pity, but with courage. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The obstacle to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." In every problem lies an opportunity to harden your spirit, sharpen patience, and gain inner strength. You cannot choose which trials come into your life, but you can choose how to respond to them. Every time you face pain, loss, or failure, you have the choice. Allow it to break you or let it strengthen you. Steel is forged in fire. Character is born in hardship. You grow stronger not when everything goes smoothly, but when you rise after falling, when you keep moving forward despite the weight of your steps. So, when life challenges you, remind yourself, I am stronger than my challenges. Let them test you, let them try you, but know they cannot take your strength if you do not give it away. Challenges come and go, but your strength remains and grows. I am calm amid chaos. I am calm amid chaos because my mind is a fortress, not a prison. The world around is often engulfed in chaos. News shout disasters. People lose control. Circumstances shift instantly. But while all this rages, you can remain calm. Stoicism teaches us that true freedom lies in the ability to govern our inner state. You cannot always change the external world, but you can always control your inner world. Inner calm is your anchor, your fortress. Imagine a storm at sea. The water rages, the wind howls, but deep beneath the surface, the ocean remains calm and still. Your soul must be the same. Every day you encounter chaos, in work, in relationships, in life. But you choose whether to let that chaos enter your inner world or leave it outside. The words, "I am calm amid chaos," remind you, you have power over your inner state. This does not mean indifference. It means acting from clarity, not panic. You stay in control when others lose it, and that is why you become a force others can rely on. Let chaos rage. You are the unmoving rock at its center. I choose courage over fear. I choose courage over fear because fear lives in the future and courage acts in the present. Fear paralyzes. It paints pictures of failure, humiliation, and pain. But fear is merely a shadow created by your mind. It has no power unless you give it power. Courage, on the other hand, is action in spite of fear. It is the choice to step forward even when your mind shouts to stop.
The Stoics taught us that we suffer more from imagined disasters than real ones. How many opportunities were lost simply because fear held you back? How many times did you doubt yourself when you could have succeeded? Courage does not mean absence of fear. Courage is the decision not to let fear control your actions. When you tell yourself, "I choose courage over fear," you remind yourself life is too short to live in the shadows. You choose to act, you choose to live, and it is this choice that shapes your destiny. I release what no longer serves me. I release what no longer serves me because holding on to it is like keeping myself in a cage. We often cling to things, old grudges, toxic relationships, destructive habits. We hold on to them thinking they give us stability, but in reality, they keep us anchored to the past and prevent us from moving forward. Stoic wisdom is simple. If something is beyond your control and does not benefit your soul, let it go. Letting go does not mean giving up. Letting go means freeing yourself. It means making space for the new, for the better. Every day you carry the weight of things that no longer serve you. The longer you hold them, the heavier your step, the harder your path. When you say, "I release what no longer serves me," you gift yourself freedom. You become lighter, clearer, stronger. Life is too short to hold on to what drags you down. I live in accordance with nature. I live in accordance with nature because everything around me is already arranged as it should be. The Stoics taught that living in accordance with nature means accepting the order of things and not resisting it. The sun rises and sets. The wind changes direction. The river flows where the channel leads it. So too does our life flow along its path. Most suffering arises when we resist the natural course of events. We want the world to be different. We fight circumstances instead of adapting to them. But life becomes easier when we stop arguing with the nature of things. Living in accordance with nature means understanding that everything has its time, that everything has a beginning and an end, that everything that comes will eventually pass. And when you accept this, your heart fills with peace.
You become part of the whole instead of waging war against it. I control my time and attention. I control my time and attention because they are my most valuable currency. Every day, someone or something vies for your attention. Notifications, advertisements, news, other people's expectations. If you don't take control of your time, someone else will. The Stoics valued the brevity of life. Seneca wrote, "It is not that we have little time, but that we waste much of it." And indeed, we spend hours on trivialities, forgetting that every moment is irreplaceable.
When you say, "I control my time and attention," you remind yourself, "My energy is a resource, and I choose where to direct it. I choose what brings growth, meaning, and joy, not what drains me." Every moment spent intentionally is a step toward a life you can be proud of. I practice discipline every day. I practice discipline every day because without it, there is no freedom. Many think discipline is a prison, but in reality, discipline is the key to freedom. Only the disciplined person is free from laziness, chaos, and weakness. The Stoics understood the power of habits. What you do daily shapes who you become. Not your desires, but your actions. Not your dreams, but your discipline. Discipline is the choice to do what is necessary, even when you don't feel like it. It is the choice to align your day with reason rather than impulses. Every time you tell yourself, "I practice discipline every day," you are building a foundation. At first it may feel heavy, but over time it becomes the source of your strength and freedom. I accept what I cannot change. I accept what I cannot change because resistance destroys, while acceptance heals. There will be things in life beyond your power: the past, other people's decisions, the course of events, death, illness. Resisting them brings no benefit, it only steals your peace. The Stoics teach, if it is not within your power, accept it as it is. Acceptance is not weakness, it is maturity. It is the understanding that your energy is more valuable than a pointless struggle against the inevitable. When you accept, you free internal forces to focus on what you truly can change. I choose virtue over pleasure, because virtue is eternal and pleasure is fleeting. The world tempts us with endless pleasures, quick entertainment, easy paths, instant gratification. But they do not bring true happiness, only brief distraction. The Stoics taught that happiness is living in virtue, in wisdom, justice, courage, and moderation. It means living by principles, not whims. When you choose virtue, you build a life that leaves a mark. When you choose only pleasure, all that remains is emptiness. Every morning, remind yourself, I choose virtue over pleasure, for this choice is what makes you someone you can be proud of. I am mortal, and in that lies my strength. I am mortal, and in that lies my strength. We often live as if we will be here forever, but the truth is, life is short, and it is precisely its brevity that gives it value. The Stoics practiced memento mori, remember death. Not to fear it, but to remember that time is our most precious asset. Every moment could be the last, and in that lies liberation.
I am the master of my life. I am the master of my life because only I decide how to live it. You may listen to others' opinions. You may consider circumstances, but ultimately, no one but you is responsible for your life. Stoicism reminds us, we do not own the external world, but we fully own ourselves, our thoughts, decisions, and actions. When you say, I am the master of my life, you take on power and responsibility. You stop waiting for someone else to change your path. You create it yourself, step by step. And in that lies true freedom. Every morning is a new chance, a blank page, an opportunity to choose the person you want to become. These affirmations are not just words. They are anchors that keep you grounded in truth when the world tries to drag you into chaos. You are not your mistakes. You are not your fears. You are your choices, your thoughts, your actions. And if every morning you remind yourself that you are the master of your mind and your life, no circumstances can break you.